Here we are again.
Yep.
Welcome, everyone. We're going to shoot a little quick video before the introduction video gets in, just to give a little recap of what we're going to talk about. We have basketball. A lot of basketball went on. The mid-season tournaments concluded, and a couple games this week, and, just a lot of basketball going on everywhere, boys and girls. We'll talk through some wrestling with Ryan. Ryan does have to leave because he wrestles today in Ellsworth, correct?
Today, Ellsworth,
Yep. So
5:30.
we'll make sure to get his talking through. Hayden won't be for the top 5 since we do have that wrestling tournament today. And we would like to give a very special shout-out to a listener, an award-winning listener, I might say,
Indeed.
to Jimmy S. Kaysen, do you want to talk a little bit about, the little special gift you got?
So it was a couple days ago, I received a letter in the mail. It came to the school, and it was addressed to me, and it's a handwritten letter. It was
To
from
a famous person.
Well, yeah. Class project, and it was written, handwriting I didn't recognize, and it was from Arvada, Colorado.
Arvada, Colorado.
And
wow. Arvada?
Arvada. And it was a very neat note. I mean, it's Jimmy S. Love
S.
you, Jimmy.
Thank you, Jimmy S.
Arvada, Colorado, Class 2C. That's amazing to think that our podcast reaches kids that don't even come to this school, and that the note was awesome. Said, telling you guys, say hi to Schilling and to Max, and to me that's just incredible. So we just want to take some extra time, say thank you, Jimmy. Expect a response here pretty soon.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jimmy. He wrote in, said, Kaysen, I look up to you. You're a famous person that I'd like to write to. Said he's excited that Kaysen's back, that he's playing basketball. He says, I watch all the games on stream, and he was wondering what the walls of the cut was made out of. And Jimmy, we don't really know.
It's just solid concrete.
Nothing special. It's not squishy.
It's not a bathroom either.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know.
It's not a bathroom. We're in some kind of little, closet room, I'd say, storage room.
Yeah, we're under the stairs.
But yeah. So we need some artwork up here, too.
Oh, yeah.
Sometime.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
I'm making a logo. for
nice.
that, too. So we'll work on that. All right. Yes, one more time. Shout out, Jimmy.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thanks, Jimmy.
And let's get rolling
Good
right
dog.
into it.
Has a keg as a mascot. It's a keg.
Please don't.
It's a keg.
Pack it up, pack it in, let me begin. I came to win, battle me, that's a sin. I won't ever slack up, punk you better back up. Try and play the role and you're the whole crew will act up. Get up, stand up, come on, throw your hands up if you got the feeling. Jump up past the ceiling, monks, let's a bum from someone's fucking jump. Yo, I'll bust them in the eye, and then I'll take the punks up. Feeling fucking amps in the trunk, and I got more rhymes in the spots that are junkie. Donut shop, sure enough, I got rock from the kids on the hill. With my mom and my pops, I came to get down, so get out your seat and jump around, jump around, jump around, jump around, jump up and get down.
And welcome.
Always a great.
Oui.
What a song, yeah.
Always jump.
Always jump. Never stop. Welcome to the cut. Basketball season, right in the middle of it. Wrestling season, right in the middle of it. It is.
Getting towards the end
It's complete chaos.
for wrestling.
And we have a lot to report for you listeners. And we're going to get right into it. Ryan is actually on the clock right now because he leaves in about 10 minutes for
About
wrestling.
6-ish minutes.
6 minutes. So, let's get right
So,
into it. We're going
we
to talk about
had-
some wrestling.
The JV tournament. I think 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Last week. Sometime in there. 2 people placed out of JV. Wasn't really a good time for JV wrestlers. Me and Hudson placed. I placed first. Hudson placed third or fourth, I believe. I can pull it up and check. But today we go to Ellenwood for a duel with Southeast of Saline, Ellenwood, and Smoky. And then tomorrow, varsity headed to Garden Plain for a tournament.
And I heard Parker Ross said that that's a pretty big schools from.
Broadfoot.
That's what I say, Parker Ross.
Yeah.
Again.
Parker Broadfoot.
Oh,
That's
that's
a
a
big-
two-timer right there.
That's a big tournament. 5, 6A schools.
Like
Headed
he
to
said
that
that
Wow.
said that you got kids ranging from 1A all the way up to 6A,
Yep.
and it's a pool tournament. So even if you're not winning, you're still gonna wrestle.
And this is Garden Plain.
Yeah, at Garden Plain.
Garden Plain wrestling, I would come to a couple tournaments. Like last year, I came to a couple home tournaments, and I just specifically, randomly, always can recognize the Garden Plain, uniforms they wear, because it's like, I don't even know how to describe it. I just
Big
know
old
what
owl. Big old
Yeah, it's
yellow
just a
owl.
Big old yellow owl. I think it's pretty cool, honestly.
You can see some pretty cool wrestling singlets.
I think ours
out
is pretty
there.
cool. I mean, do we alternate through and rotate through a couple?
Well,
of them?
we have two. We have a black and a gray one.
And then
I personally prefer
Like
the
the
gray one.
really
Uh-huh.
interesting.
which one? So one has like the swather eyes on the back, right?
They both do.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
One has like red outline, and then one has black.
Oh yeah. I remember. Yeah, I do like our wrestling. What do you call them?
Singlets.
Singlets. Sounds so manly.
And then also Saturday, JV Marion.
You guys were supposed to have one this past
Yeah,
Tuesday.
we were supposed to have a duel Tuesday.
But
at
that got
Cheney,
canceled.
But that got canceled.
Hmm.
I don't remember the reason, but
That's just a ton of wrestling. I mean, you were
Yeah,
supposed to
I
have one
know.
Tuesday and then one on Thursday and then head out on Saturday and then there's another one or Friday too, right?
Yeah.
Tomorrow and then there's another one Saturday and
Mhm.
basketball right now we're running the gauntlet and it's just game. I mean, there's a span where we go Friday, Monday, Tuesday and I mean, that sounds tough to me, but then I turn around and I listen to you guys talk about how much stuff you guys have to do with wrestling and I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
when you get into that third period, going around that 6-minute mark,
Mm.
you're pretty tired then. Especially me.
Can you compare
Because I
that to
got
like
sick for that week and
Yeah.
got out of shape.
is that like playing like a full just straight quarter of basketball, no breaks, or is that like
yeah, it's like you're moving the entire time you're like wrestling.
Yeah. So a lot of people.
After that first 2 minutes, the only break you get is the ref flipping the little coin thing, and then the person setting up to get ready. That's the only break you get.
A lot of people talk about how, going from football to basketball, those are two complete different shapes that you have to have.
Yeah.
And to be in shape, what would you put wrestling under a category of being in shape, or is there no other sport that you can even compare?
Oh yeah, you need to be in shape for wrestling.
Yeah,
Because you're at practice, we're constantly going fast, trying to get as much as we can out of every drill,
It's-
and that room being as hot as it is.
it does seem very different because wrestling, I mean, you have to stay in the circle.
Yeah.
Basketball, we're running up and down, up and down, up and down. Football, I mean, you're just going as hard as you can
Yeah,
for
basketball
about
court
5
times
yards.
2.
Yeah.
Or 3 or 4.
Yeah, you're going about as hard as you can for 3 seconds and then rest. So that is very interesting with the different types of shapes for each and every sport.
Well, what's weird is it also it's subjective to scenario. Like in football, especially in those 6-man and 8-man games. I mean, those are track meets. I
Yeah.
mean, just constantly up and.
Yeah.
I mean, even in the 11-man games, I mean, constantly high-scoring games. People are back and forth. There's not a ton of downtime, but then there's also just those short, the Andales where they take 5 or 6 yards, just chunk, and it's just you get breaks in between. But
Yeah.
then there's also basketball where not a lot of fouls called. I mean, it's just track meet, back and forth.
There's a lot of wrestling matches that are sort of like that.
Really?
You walk out there and then you go out and you wrestle for probably 30 seconds and then you can get a pin
Yeah.
in 30 seconds. It's just differs on how good your opponent is, how good you are.
Yeah, a little Conor McGregor action. Knee to the face, fastest knockout in UFC history.
Oh, do not do that in a wrestling match.
Yeah, I don't think that would be good in a wrestling match.
I'm a sucker for UFC highlight tapes, just watching dudes get their crap rocked. It's crazy.
And that will probably have to wrap up.
There's the alarm.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like that. I like that alarm. I like that alarm.
I don't.
That gives me,
After hearing.
yeah, that gives me some scars.
Well,
Okay, Ryan's 1.
That's right.
All right.
good luck to these boys for the rest of the podcast.
Yep.
See ya.
Appreciate your
Peace
work
out.
today.
He's out for now. Good luck over in
Good
Ellenwood.
luck, brother.
Thank you.
Knee to the face. Just kidding.
Yeah, just think of Conor McGregor for me when you're there. Conor McGregor's out there doing good things. He has his own whiskey.
Oh,
Just
interesting.
like
prop-
donations,
A
lots
little
of
proper
stuff.
12.
I wonder how his leg's doing.
Yeah,
I-
that was disgusting.
Yeah, I don't want to watch.
You guys,
rewatch
do
that.
you guys honestly think that the Poirier broke it, or do you think he just stepped wrong?
No, well,
I-
Conor McGregor said leading up to it, he broke it in a sparring match and didn't say
Seriously?
anything,
Yeah, I heard it was hurt
and
before.
because he wanted to fight. So I don't know.
That's just a whole.
It'll be a mystery, I guess, forever.
Yeah, is he
But of
lying?
course, Poirier was like, "Nah, I broke that thing clean off." Like, you know UFC, they talk their talk
Yeah.
and usually walk their walk, but
Yeah,
well,
you can
when
actually back it
one
up.
leg
Yeah.
can't walk.
so yeah, until you can't walk, exactly.
Yeah. No, wrestling is very interesting. I'd like to ask Ryan who he thinks like the surprises on the wrestling team are, or like who's been really showing out recently and stuff like that. I would venture to say that Ryan would be one of those guys.
Yeah.
I think
Uh,
Ryan kind of was like a hidden gem. Came out his senior year and just, I mean, he's a dog.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Yeah.
an absolute dog on the football field, and throw that on the wrestling mats. And I mean, I've never done the sport, and frankly, I'm gonna be honest, I never want to do the sport. But
Yeah, I did too.
from what I've witnessed, you have to have a pretty strong mentality, pretty tough mind and body to be a wrestler.
Yeah. My cousins were wrestlers over in Halstead. What's funny is my uncle coached wrestling, and he had all girls,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Let's go for wrestling," and they did it. And they are very, very good. I thought they did a very good job. I even tried to wrestle one of them, and I got a bloody nose and I cried.
Well, and look at him now. Even isn't Sky doing the coaching for what's it?
Summer, yeah,
Summer?
Summer's over in
Summer Sky? I always confuse him.
in CCC,
Yeah.
Central Christian. She's recruiting and coaching up there. So
Oh, really?
yeah,
Huh.
so
That's
pretty cool there. Wrestling is a very, very interesting sport. But moving on from wrestling, let's you want to get into basketball?
Might as well.
Some BBB boys basketball.
Mid-season wrap-up, mid-season tournament, Trojan Classic, guys and girls.
Yep.
Yeah.
Both teams came out of it 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1.
I think both of us were a little bit disappointed in how that kind of turned out. Girls
Right.
couldn't quite finish the game against Eureka in the semis, and the boys, we just did not come out the way we wanted to and just couldn't quite get behind the ball again.
In the finals there, the boys lost in
championship.
the finals, yep.
Girls coming out in third place, boys finishing in second place.
I think that's the first time we ever won the Trojan Classic. And
That's the first
Oh,
time
wow.
and I've been in high school. They didn't win it when we were 8th graders,
Oh,
but I remember this is the first time that we've been in high school that we haven't won the Trojan Classic, because last year there wasn't really
Right.
that tournament style. We beat Riley County our freshman year in the championship, and then we beat Holcomb
Yeah,
our
Holcomb.
sophomore year
Yeah,
2 years
Holcomb.
ago in the championship. And I mean,
it stings.
oh yeah,
For sure stings, but I do think this year, this is one of the best Trojan Classics.
oh, for
you
sure.
know?
Well, yeah.
I mean, honestly, I
Yeah,
think
I see
that
what you mean.
I think that we as a team needed that for sure.
Yeah.
It was kind of
Absolutely.
just like that, okay, well, we're not, like, if we don't show up, we're not just going to go out there and kick everybody's teeth in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like, okay, well, we won last year, we're just going to waltz down to the state championship. Like, we have to work for it.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's their classification lower. Now, I'm not saying that, that makes it any harder, because believe me, they've got athletes.
oh, yeah,
Yeah,
for
Hillsborough
sure.
does have.
They've
yeah,
got
a lot of stuff.
athletes.
Speaking of waltz to the championship, I think Hillsborough will waltz to the
Uh,
championship.
yeah,
quite
at
frankly.
2A, who their sub-state,
Yeah. They should do really well.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
and competing. I mean, it was fun. That was a fun physical game,
Right.
and I would say that in my 4 years of playing varsity basketball, it's the most physical game I've ever played.
Oh,
in.
yeah. Refs let us play for sure, so.
And it was just, it didn't go our way. And then we turned around, beat Solomon by 30 this last Tuesday. And Bueller tomorrow for us probably will be the previous week once this gets posted.
Yes,
Do
it'll
you
probably
remember-
Monday.
Do you remember who Bueller played last night? They played someone.
Winfield.
Winfield. Does anybody know? I actually kind of want to
They're
look up.
1A, and it was game.
It was a game?
Yeah.
No, Winfield's like 4 or 5A.
I don't think so.
I think they're 1A. Anyways, they're 1 and 9. I don't remember what classification they are, but they're
Yeah.
1 and 9. And it was a game last night, and also
Bueller come out on top.
by 7 or 10 ish.
Really?
But Hillsborough also played Lions. That was also
That
a
was
game
a tight
too,
game from what I saw as
Yeah.
well.
which was kind of surprising there. Kind of weird. A lot of teams played last night.
Well,
Yeah, that
I
is
think
weird.
that
That is
might be
weird.
some makeup games just with some.
That's true.
Because,
Yeah.
like, especially this year,
Well,
just because we.
And a lot of schools do it how after a tournament week you don't play the next week.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
our schedule
exactly.
But yeah, our
was kind of
schedule's pretty.
screwed a little bit. The Winfield score that was a 60-49 win, so 11-point win.
11 point.
Okay.
But 11 points still. I mean, that's closer than I would have thought.
Yeah, for
with
sure.
How big in Winfield's
half,
record.
At half, I think they were only leading by 4. So
Yeah. I think Winfield is a little bigger because that's where Southwestern College is, the Mound Builders.
Okay.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think a little bit of NAIA ball talk.
Yeah.
The KCAC League, I think they're not doing too bad, honestly.
No.
I know
Oh, yeah.
Southwestern. I
They're
know
good.
Southwestern has a squad.
And they can compete, too. They played Bethel, who's ranked top 25.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bethel's always
Pretty-
competing.
Pretty close.
Yep, they're ranked 23 right now, so they moved up.
Go up to a little college ball talk here.
Yeah.
I know, right? Quick little one.
Yeah, move on to the girls a little bit.
Yeah.
Girls,
Now that I could say they probably had the one of the best Trojans Classics for the girls
For sure.
in a long time.
by
There was a lot of competition.
far.
in that, so.
Hillsborough girls, whose record probably didn't shine upon how good they were, 5-3
Right.
going into it. Our girls took care of them first round. I believe the oh gosh, what's her name? She's a sophomore, Zaylee Worth.
Yes. Yes.
Had COVID, didn't
Oh,
play.
really?
Our girls beat them by 14. And then we went and saw. We watched them. We stayed and watched them play Eureka. Eureka. I'm just gonna say I was very proud of our girl. That was a game we should have won, but then again, playing them as close as they played them after Eureka. I mean, that was what, a 25-30 point game last year.
Yeah.
I mean, the Eureka girls just. And this year, I mean, played them tight, but just didn't quite finish it and get the job done. And I mean, just
Yeah.
at the end of the game, just being able to just take a deep breath and just relax and be calm.
You have to know that that's a game that you should win and that you could have won, but looking ahead, you have to take care of those games. from now
Well,
on.
and especially with us too having a loss, it's kind of like, okay, we've got it. That happened, but
Mhm.
learn from it, grow from it, and move on. I mean,
Right.
it's behind us now, and we have we still have, we're 10-1. We still have 9 regular season games left, and we've got some gauntlet games. We've got some rough games coming up.
Some tough
Yeah.
9 games.
And for those who didn't know, Eureka actually won the Trojan Classic. So
They beat Clay Center in the championship
Yeah,
by
20-ish. It was.
It was
Oh no, it was close to 30. It was close to running clock. I mean, it was
Yeah.
a blowout.
So
and Eureka is really good. They have a sophomore. I can't remember her name.
I cannot either.
But
but
she
she's
was
a very
she
good
was
point guard.
super good. She'll
I would
be
assume a Division II ball player if
yeah,
she
she'll-
wants to, at least.
yeah she'll be special when she gets older. But
Very good at ball.
so yeah,
Girls then third place game took out Remington.
Yeah. the number
double
1
digits.
seed.
the
number
one seed that
Remington.
lost in the first round. So
Yeah, first round to
Yeah.
Clay Center. We watched that game. That was
yeah.
interesting. It makes you kind of wonder a little bit. People's records can't necessarily show skill level
Oh,
because
exactly.
I mean it depends on who you play. It depends on how you play. I mean we
Right.
were 8-0, 9-0. Came in, thought we were gonna just walk through it, but
Yeah.
I mean you got to show up every night because I mean
Exactly.
anybody, I mean, especially with the guys.
Feel a little bit of Big 12 action going on.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, the a
An-
little more college ball talk. Big 12.
An
holy
unexpected
cow, man.
Big 12 action in the CKL going on.
Yeah, it's some strong schedules
Strong.
looking ahead for really any
Yeah.
CKL team. You know, Haven's still holding their own. They're doing pretty
I
good.
think Haven's going to be better than we think they are.
Pratt is on the up and up. Pratt is much better than
Mhm.
last year.
There.
Being a 4A school, though, I would think
Yeah.
that that's kind of like a, I get it, some 4A schools aren't great, but like you know, pick it up.
Yeah, looking. Well, I saw top 10.
Not trash talking Pratt. I'm just.
Top 10 in 4A. I did see a list of that. I'm not sure. I can't remember who created the list and how credible that list was. It wasn't
KBCA.
wasn't KBCA, but it did look like Pratt was sitting in the top 10 of 4A.
Oh,
I
really?
would go as far as to say that KBCA is probably the only reliable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other than, you know what, I
Sports
would
in
say
Kansas?
Sports in Kansas, they don't really do rankings, though. They just take it off KBCA. But, dude, there is an account on Twitter that's on the up and up right now. Central Kansas Hoops,
Mhm.
giving us rankings and games. And
Yeah.
their rankings aren't bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good
Yeah.
looking into that.
Yeah, speaking of 4A rankings, Bueller's ranked number 2, and we have a game coming up against them on Friday at is it 7:30 still?
I believe so. At
7:30.
Bueller.
Yeah.
And girls start at the usual
6 o'clock.
6, yeah. So, yep, at Bueller. They should be pretty good. I don't think their girls are ranked.
I don't think so. I think our girls are. I think both teams should definitely go in there and take care of business.
Yeah, and a little change with that schedule there. I had to mention the C team will play before the JV.
The C team will play even earlier than 4:30 also.
4:15.
Yeah.
4:15.
And the JV will be going on while the girls' varsity game is going on. So
Yes. A little different. I believe that's how they do it in that league and
yeah,
4A.
yeah, that's how they did it. Yeah, but yeah, obviously a little different for us since we're 3A. So just put that out there.
You know, I remember the last time we played in Bueller. I remember Jake and Ty coming off the bench and having
That was the game. I
Great
remember.
game.
That wasn't last year. That was 2 years ago. We were
Yeah,
at
2 years
Bueller.
ago.
Jake had little freshman came out, hit some big shots. Ty hit some big shots. We played great defense. I don't even remember Max Alexander even having a game that game. You shut him down.
Yeah.
And that was when Max Arnold crossed him up and sat him down. I remember we went nuts for that.
Oh yeah.
And I also
Yeah.
got called for 3 charges in that game.
And that was a pretty good game. Beat them by 20ish, but and then last year we had beat them by 30. So this year
Yeah.
they've been getting better and better and better.
I think they're definitely going to be a
so-
lot better than they were
yeah,
last year.
So I think they're a lot better. So I mean, obviously they're ranked number 2, so that should say something.
Especially when they're behind Bishop BH, the powerhouse who
Yeah.
it
Absolutely
Yep.
steamrolled last year in the state tournament.
Somewhat of an Andale of basketball.
Right, yeah,
I would say.
I mean, last year they had Mark Mitchell. He's a Duke commit playing for Sunrise right now.
A McDonald's All-American.
McDonald's
also.
All-American. And
Burger
speaking of Burger Boys, Grady Dick, he played for
Collegiate, first 2 years
so-
of high school.
yeah.
Played
Also with
against him a couple
Sunrise.
times.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell. I mean, you can really tell when you play against the Division I ball player.
yeah,
just
just-
how big of a gap there is between just your average high school ball player, or even your above average high
Right.
school ball player, and a Division I ball player.
I mean, it's just so nonchalant.
Oh yeah.
Just the
They can-
game
they-
comes easy.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
do whatever they want, and they know the right basketball play.
Yeah.
And it's just that. You know, everybody talks about how they want to go D1, or everybody in one. The mentality and the level of work and the work ethic you have to have is insane. But it's just, you have to have the mind for it.
Yeah.
You have to have the thought process. You've got to have the anticipation, the knowledge, all of it. And to a Division I ball player, that comes just so naturally.
Right. And speaking of just good basketball teams, we got Sunrise just sitting on our lap in Wichita. It's crazy.
Yeah. How have we
They're
not made
are
a
they
game?
ranked 1 or 2? I can't remember. In high school,
In regular high school?
they're nationally ranked.
Oh, are you talking
For-
about the prep?
Yeah,
for
prep.
schools. Yeah. I mean,
They're 1 or they're up there. I know that for sure. I think
Yeah.
they're top 5. I know that for sure. But
They beat Montvert again, I think.
yeah, they did. They blew them out actually. I think they beat them by like 15.
And Montvert has been historically a stellar prep
Yeah.
program.
it's
for sure.
you know, it's starting to become like a commonality to see that Sunrise Christian team
Right.
on TV.
Right. Yeah.
on
it's,
those like
it's,
ESPN games.
it's crazy, and Buddy, I don't know, probably most of you know Buddy Hield. He played there, so that's kind of cool. Oklahoma plays for the Sacramento Kings right now. He still plays for them?
Did he
Yeah,
get
he didn't
traded
get
or not?
traded. No, he didn't.
He didn't. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, he's super good.
Probably should get traded.
Actually, Grady Dick and him had a 3-point contest when he came back to Wichita one.
Didn't
last year,
Grady
I think.
beat him?
I think Grady did.
Yeah, but he also like stayed in his button up, like he was like in
Yeah.
a suit and his little
Yeah.
bucket. Just
Yeah.
took off his suit jacket and shot in his button up long sleeve and still almost beat him.
Exactly. I want to go to one of those little pre-show,
Like the
Start of the
Midnight Madness
season,
kind of
yeah.
things.
It's pretty sick. Like, I follow their Instagram. I just see, all those guys doing
Yeah.
360 windmills and off the top of the head between the East
And
Bays and
Yeah.
It's just nuts, man.
And
And
that's-
like those kids our age.
yeah, it's crazy.
And they're just up in Bel Air, Kansas. you
Why
know?
can't I do
Yeah.
that?
It's crazy.
What's wrong with me?
Yeah, they practice at Wichita Hoops. Pretty crazy. So
Well, why can't I do that? Why can't I put a ball between my legs?
yeah, and Sunrise is cool in the way that it's college essentially. They live
Yeah.
on campus. I mean, they have tutors. They have
Yeah, and you get like you're still going to school, but
Yeah.
that prep isn't necessarily prep for. It's not prep for college school.
Education.
It's prep
Yeah.
for college basketball.
Right. But obviously, you still have to meet the
Oh yeah, and
requirements
Oh,
of
for sure.
Kansas.
see,
so.
the biggest thing that I've always been told is you are a student athlete, but student comes first.
Yeah.
Student always comes first. It is grades, then athletics.
And I would recommend giving Grady Dick a follow on Instagram. He's a pretty funny guy, actually.
And TikTok.
And he has some really funny TikToks. Really
Yeah.
goofy, loose going guy.
Yeah. You know,
At least what I took from him. I've never really sat down and have a conversation with him or anything. But
and I know this isn't Heston basketball, but you look a little more talk about Sunrise because it's insane. You know, they're
yeah, it's a cool topic.
They're
you
just
look
right
at
there.
you look at their squad last year. They finished. Was
They
it a
lost
national?
in the national
Yeah, it was a
runner-up.
national tournament. Finished runner up, and they had some dudes. So
Yeah.
Kennedy Chandler, who's the number one point guard
Starting
ranked.
point guard at Tennessee.
Yeah,
Yeah,
against
starting at
Tennessee.
Tennessee now.
Kendall
real
Brown.
a real dog. Kendall Brown was on that team. He's now starting at Baylor, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
He can jump out of the gym, and
Yeah.
he might be a Big 12 freshman of the year.
Freak
I would,
athlete.
I would say he'd be Big 12 freshman of the
Yeah.
year over in Baylor.
Zach Clements.
Zach Clements,
KU
yep.
commit.
KU,
Got
yeah.
a little bit of time every now and then. Little
Yeah,
bit.
he actually got hurt a little while ago. So he was in the boot. I don't know what. I'm not sure what he did, but so
And then you have Grady.
yeah.
Grady coming. KU
commit.
commit. There was another guy. They had multiple Division Ones. It's just
They have so many.
pretty
guys.
sure there was a Creighton commit out of there at some point.
Yeah.
There's a Maryland commit there now, and it's just
Duke.
insane. It's insane how close they are to us, and just
Right.
like
Do you guys see the other day on I saw it on Instagram, it was Coach K, his net grandchild, he got into Duke's game,
oh yeah, he's
shot a
on the
3 and
team.
made it, and Coach K's reaction was just he didn't smile, just stone cold. He
Yeah.
didn't even clap.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it's just a regular bucket. It's
I
just-
know.
It's just a 3.
Well, that's how he looks at it. I mean, he doesn't care.
Oh, I feel like this episode's been pretty solid. Lots of
A
different
lot of college
topics.
basketball.
Oh
I feel
yeah,
like.
Yeah.
a lot of levels
talk.
exceeding high school.
NAIA dropped a D2 in there, D1. Hitting all levels.
Well, we can let's figure out a top 5.
Right, you
So
guys
pretty
do
much-
that. I'm gonna go get Matthew.
Pretty much what we're doing is
If he comes.
we don't have Hayden, so we're trying to figure out someone in our SSN class here.
Yeah.
To figure out a top 5. We said if anyone wants to do top 5, we need to get one in. You can choose the selection, choose whatever.
Yeah, trying to convince Matthew. He was a little
Okay.
camera shy, actually.
Yeah,
but
it happens. Matthew deserves a lot of credit. He does a great job.
oh yeah, for sure. I mean, he's super smart when it comes to technology too.
Sure.
So that's a big asset for SSN.
1 second here. I think you guys watching may have gone dark. We're back now.
Oh,
We have hit the 21-minute mark, I believe, maybe 28.
did that one
27.
shut off too?
They both shut off with about like 5 seconds in between.
Oh,
so
really?
I think they're on a timer. Everything's okay.
When did they go dark? Do you remember?
just like 10 seconds ago.
Okay, good.
So, just when we were talking about old Marvin, we'll see if we can get anyone going.
Yeah, I can hear Kaysen trying to convince them.
If not, totally fine. We can if it doesn't work, we can
Should we get a
figure
little
out
Gaston drop in here? Do a little top 5 Gaston action?
Not a bad
Maybe.
idea. Not a bad idea.
Let me go throw that idea out there. I'll be right back.
I'll start brainstorming top 5 ideas. Brainstorming with Max. We could do top 5 Amazon products. Maybe that's a little broad. Top 5 sports brands. Not a bad idea, Max. Sports brands. You know, we did shoe brands, though. That feels a little similar. We could do... I just want to stay away from food. Food and drink. Stay away from food and drink. Top 5 colors of the rainbow. You know, that could get very sophisticated after a while. Maybe top 5.
Gaston!
We have Gaston.
How was the brainstorm?
We have Gaston here. Well, I thought about it. I talked to the cameras a little bit,
Uh-huh.
and I said I want to stay away from food and drink. It's been, you know,
A lot of food and drink talk.
a lot of food and drink talk, and I am often hungry and thirsty after we talk.
And I know we talked about Matthew a little bit. Yeah, he's a stubborn little guy.
He's so stubborn. He refused. He looked at me and said, "You can't make me do it." And so
You're his teacher. You can make him do it.
I thought.
Yeah.
But I don't know what happened. Now I'm in here.
Let the
Yeah.
man do his thing. So we do welcome on Katie Gaston,
Thank you. Hello.
teacher of many a class, but you are basically the face of Swather Sports Network
Yeah.
and Swather Studios.
Started this piece.
Started this piece.
Well, with a lot of help.
Yeah, and
Lots of money.
That too. Thank you, COVID, I guess. One thing came out of good COVID.
But yeah, started something big here, and it's definitely taking off. I mean, we're branching off podcasts,
Uh-huh.
and what I would say I'm in a couple classes in Swather Studios. I take a graphic design class. I take sports and entertainment marketing for Swather Sports Network, and then the actual Swather Sports
Yeah.
Network class.
Invested
And
guy.
There's a lot of stuff that Gaston has to take care of in a day.
Max and I spend a lot of time
and-
together.
Yeah, and not just take care of, but put up with as well.
Oh,
Oh.
for sure, for sure. I mean, yeah, it's literally student led.
Yeah. Gets a little
and-
hectic, but
Yeah, sometimes students can't really stay
that's the beauty
mind
of it as
focused
well.
on the
though.
job.
Well, mind focused or, just come onto the podcast, just do a quick top 5 segment. I mean, some students just don't want to.
I guess not. Yeah. I guess I couldn't make him. I don't know. I didn't.
You can fail him.
So what are we thinking, Max?
So
Did we
I
narrow them down? Or?
I spoke
Brands of mayo.
with myself about colors of the rainbow.
Little head talk, yeah.
Top 5 colors of the rainbow. I thought it could get a little deep, sophisticated.
Aren't there only 6 colors of the rainbow?
Okay, colors maybe. Thoughts.
Colors. I like colors.
Colors could be a good one.
Okay, rank them.
Is there anything you have in mind for top 5?
Starting 5 and going down.
Oh my gosh.
Or should we do top 3?
If color, I mean,
feel
top
like-
3, I feel like
Three.
colors.
I can't make up my own category. I
Would
don't.
you- would you want to do colors then?
Yeah, we can just like cool sounding colors. Like, could you ever have like words that you really like because the way they sound?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Do you have
Oh,
like
yeah.
a running list of that?
I have words
Moist.
that I have words that I hate because of their sound they make too.
I have fewer of those. See, moist doesn't bother me at all. That I think people do that for attention. Okay.
What, they say they don't like it for attention?
Yeah, I much rather
Dang,
cool
called out.
sounding words. You know, like you said, colors, and the first color I thought of,
Lavender.
indigo, is the coolest
Indigo.
word. That's a great word.
Indigo?
I don't know where we're going with this top 5,
No,
but
this is perfect.
I said
this
indigo.
This is usually how it goes anyway. So
Yeah. Yeah. When
'Kay.
when we had our first top 5 with Hayden, he just started talking about toothbrushes, and like we were talking about candy.
We're talking about flossing after that.
Yeah, and we just went into
dentistry.
flossing.
We were in the
and-
dentistry area for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
are we settling with colors? Are we
Yeah.
settling with
I got-
colors?
Yeah, I got a backup if we need it. So.
So
But
can I
we'll
do
go
just
colors.
3?
Yeah.
3 colors.
3 colors.
Worst to best.
I'm picking them but if it's top 3, none of them are worse. So,
Okay.
but
Alright.
I'm picking from multiple criteria: color, actual color, and the way that it sounds. I
Yeah.
really think, I think seafoam green is a great way to describe a really pretty color of not teal, not turquoise, but somewhere in there.
Never heard of that one.
Seafoam.
Have you heard of Booger Brown?
You made that up right now.
Yeah, I
Sounds
did.
like
That's
a-
exactly what I did.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like an
Mhm.
amazing like
Yeah.
baseball agent name, or like
Booger Brown.
yeah, or something like that. I don't know.
Yes, yes. And then I'm gonna say peony pink. I think it's a great peony flower, like the flower.
I thought you said panty pink. I was like, what? are you talking about,
That's
dude?
my word I hate. Ugh!
Peony.
Peonies. You know, there's
Peonies?
these like
Peonies.
these flowers. Oh my gosh, you guys are. They're beautiful. They have like a zillion layers to them, and they smell really good.
Again, never heard of
Solid.
those either.
Okay.
I've never heard of peonies.
I'm 0 for 2 today.
Well, okay. Back when I was coaching volleyball, Stacy and I would name all the girls had their different colors of towels because they didn't share them, and they couldn't. There was like 18 different shades of pink because there's so many different girls or whatever. So everyone had. I took pride in naming those colors of towels like very
So you made
specific.
it up.
No, just very specific, and everyone knew because there's like 3 different shades of. Anyway, no one cares. Indigo is gonna be my top like word and pretty
Indigenous
color, like that bluish purple indigo,
yeah.
and the name. I think it's just a cool name, cool word.
Now, what are our thoughts on sage green?
I love it.
Sage green. Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
Evergreen.
Totally different green.
Still green.
Very different though. Very different. So you had 2 towels that were sage green and evergreen.
See,
You have to name them separately
with
because
with things like colors, you can just make up anything you want. Like Booger Brown, and I guarantee you, for a split second, there's somebody out there that thought I
are
was
your
legit.
boogers brown? Like, do we
No,
need to
but
get you
no,
in?
see, but the-
Want to
that's
jump
the
in on
thing
my?
is like you can just like copper yellow.
No,
I don't even know if that's real.
No, you can't make
Copper
it up.
brown.
Yes, you
That one
can.
would work. but-
Yeah, because if it isn't in the same color family.
Yeah, but like sage green, okay.
yeah, sage is a plant.
Yeah, but I don't care.
You smoke? Don't you like?
You
smoke
burn it and like it
Oh.
gets rid of all the bad spirits.
I wasn't sure.
Like,
I knew,
like
it was. I
incense?
knew
You
it was,
burn sage
Oh yeah,
I knew
to
it was-
get rid of bad spirits.
That's
I knew it
right.
was fire oriented, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
What do you do with it? I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, actually, I did know Sage because
Kyrie Irving.
yeah,
burned it
Kyrie
that
Irving.
one time.
Yeah, what stadium was that
The
at?
Celtics Stadium.
Yeah, that was.
He was
weird.
burning the bad
Extremely
juju
weird.
away.
Oh yeah.
I was a little freaked out.
It really gets you, one with your mind.
Cleanses the air.
Right in here.
I don't know. I've never done it.
Yeah, what does it do? Does anyone know? Like,
No.
does it cleanse or
I have no idea.
calm?
I wish I knew.
I don't even know.
I don't either. I don't know.
I'm sure it's a great energy transfer.
Yeah.
You know, if there's one thing, like speaking of colors, that just made me think like Bob Ross, and there's like one thing that I wish I could have like just the mindset and the attitude of. It's just Bob Ross. Like just
You can.
just a little happy little tree right
You
here.
can have that.
There's
attitude.
no, there's happy mistakes.
Attitude is a choice, Casey.
I suggest
You can
fly
have
fish.
I
it.
can't control it.
Is it just emptiness?
You
in there, you think?
can. Attitude is a choice.
Like, don't you just want to see what is in other people's minds? Like, what?
Like why they think the way that they
Yeah.
do.
Well, let's
Like-
go back to colors. I want to see what colors you guys see as blue.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, like
Mhm.
the dresses and like
Yeah.
all that stuff.
That right
Or
there.
like,
sky,
Uh huh.
blue. What is my blue? Your blue? Is
True.
My blue, your blue.
This is so deep.
it
Mine
gets
blue.
extremely deep. Yeah.
I can't. I need. To
You
take a
warned
break.
us. You warned us that it would.
I did. I warned you guys.
Do we all experience color the same way?
You're in yellow.
Oh my god.
I've just been sitting over
What do
here
you-
thinking of like stuff to make up.
What do you mean by that?
Like, do we see? Like, there's no way to know if we all exactly
Well,
way
yeah,
to know.
there's no because like
Know
it
the
could
same
be just
color.
a slight
slight
tint.
tint in our eyes and
Right.
stuff?
Yeah, you can
It's just
call this
interesting.
color yellow or green. That's not yellow.
Yeah, that's not yellow.
But it's
Yeah, that's weird.
That's-
Yeah.
And you can never
Wait.
really solve it, can you?
I'll
Like,
get,
how do you
I
solve
don't think
that?
it's possible. I mean,
just trust me.
Like, what if my red is your orange and like Swathers are like orange? That's crazy.
I don't know. This is
I feel
burnt orange.
Yeah,
it's orange.
This is burnt auburn.
I would.
That's Booger Brown.
I'd call this.
I
Ah.
could see that as well.
I'm concerned about your nasal cavity.
I feel like there's
I'm fine.
there's got to be a study out there somewhere.
Tons. There's a study for everything.
Yeah.
There's studies.
There's
A
studies
lot
for
of
everything.
studies for dolphins. They have humongous.
speaking
Where did
brains.
dolphins come
Speaking
from?
I
of
don't know.
dolphins, what's that one with the broken tail? Shoot. They
Is
made
it a
the movie
movie?
about it.
Movie
yeah.
about it. I watched
I
it in
don't
the
know.
IMAX theater.
My generation was Free Willy.
Gosh dang.
That was the fish movie,
We'll look it up real
not
quick.
the fish, but ocean
Oh,
mammal.
I know exactly which Dolphin Tail. Is that what it was?
Yes,
That was
but
the
what was
movie.
what was the name of the
I
dolphin?
don't know.
Dolphin tail name.
Pretty sure Kelby cried during that movie.
Dolphins do have humongous
Winter.
brains.
Winter.
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 Very good name.
What, she die or something? What are you like pumping your chest for?
You
gonna get emotional here?
honestly, I'm just pumping my chest for all the struggles that I witnessed throughout the movie.
Shout out Winter. Really.
Really, I mean, she literally evolved the world of prosthetics. I feel like.
I agree. I mean, think about like without that, like, we might not even be able to have like the prosthetic hands.
Exactly. And have you guys
Is that
seen?
real? Like
What?
it like
A
was an
prosthetic
early
story.
prosthetic,
A true story.
Oh yeah,
I've
true
seen-
story, based off true story.
but like was it like early prosthetics?
I don't know, but I feel like it evolved it for sure.
Like it paved the way for. I think it paved the way for a lot of like animal prosthetics.
Yeah.
Is that is there a large field? I don't know. What do you? Okay, so have we talked sports on this podcast today?
We
at
have.
all, or-
we
Yeah.
have.
We actually
Lots of
I'm
mentioned.
just curious. I just walked in and didn't know what was going on. So,
So we talked about Conor McGregor,
Mm-hmm.
Sunrise Christian College,
Academy.
Academy,
NAIA.
McDonald's.
NAIA.
All Americans.
D2, D1, Big 12.
Sure.
So,
It's been
yeah,
it was a weekend in sports. I hope you recapped it.
It was, yeah, for
beyond
sure.
Heston.
for sure.
It's crazy.
No,
Who's our vote for Big 12 or All American Player of the Year?
Ochai.
Ochai Abaji.
Heck yeah. I was
Did
hoping
you?
it
I
was
saw
the-
a graphic on ESPN the other day,
Mark.
and it
Smith.
was, or maybe it was on Twitter, ESPN Twitter, but it was like the list of the top 10 remaining strengths of schedules.
Uh-huh.
And they were like 9 of them were
Oh
Big
yeah, I saw
12.
that. Yeah.
Did you see that?
I did see
That's
that. actually.
crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Okay, never mind.
I don't know,
I can't
but
remember.
I gotta get back.
All right, yeah.
I was in the middle of trying to figure out some Photoshop stuff.
I guess
Okay.
we'll.
We need
we'll
your
have
help
to-
when
we'll
you're
have to
done.
wrap up the podcast here.
Yeah.
If we had any more time, I would love to talk about NFL. But hey, I think everyone knows what happened in the
Yeah, I still have
NFL.
prosthetics running through my mind honestly right now too. So.
I think NFL weekend is way more important.
Brain's boggled.
Right. Yeah.
Brain really is boggled. So we'll just wrap it up here.
Thank you, Gaston.
Good episode.
Thanks,
you,
guys.
Gaston.
I've never been in front of the camera before,
tuning in.
so
And we'll
Yeah.
close off here with Ocean Man.
Ocean man, take me by the hand, lead me to the land that you understand. Ocean man, the voyage to the corner of the globe is a real trip. Ocean man, cross the
Cut! Cut.